Hey, what is up guys? It is your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 best hero builds you need to try in patch 7.28. I've been talking to a lot of people, I've been doing my own research, I've played a ton of games like I'm sure you all have as well, so I got 5 hero item builds that you need to use in your pubs to stomp your games. On top of that, I recommend you guys in the comment section down below tell everyone the secret builds, the meta builds that you think are going to be extremely powerful in this patch. You want to share the wealth, share the goods, give everyone the ability to gain MMR, and yeah, let's get into the video. But before we do, of course, like and subscribe and sign up to the Game Leap website. There's currently $50 off on the lifetime sub, so go pick it up right now. It's a great opportunity to lock into Game Leap, and frankly, you're not gonna regret it. Alright, so our first build, I want to start off with a hero that we all have come to know and love, and that is Juggernaut. This is one of the most popular safe lane heroes in the game, and I really am a huge fan of his new Aghanim's Shard. Now, I think a lot of things that people are forgetting to, put into equation is the fact that the Shard, you can only use it at 20 minutes, so you need to make sure that your hero and the build is viable previous to 20 minutes as well. You can't just grief the first 20 minutes of the game and then say, oh, but I have an Aghanim's Shard, it's fine that I'm 0-6 and my build is designed around a 20-minute timing and, I might have not bought a single small item, but it's fine. No, guys, you need to make sure you build up to this timing. So here on Jug, what I recommend you go is you pick up a wand, okay? After the wand, you can go Wraithband if you're really doing, solid in the lane and you just want to flash farm. You can go Wraithband for that reason, but typically what I recommend is you go wand. Of course, you're going to need a lot of mana regen, you're going to need a lot of clarities, a lot of mangoes. That's pretty standard on Jug. Spam your healing ward, spam spin. Please, I played with a Jug yesterday who didn't take healing ward at level 4. Please take it at level 4, even take it at level 2 in most games. Okay, let's move on. Then you want to buy drums. I am a huge fan of drums. I know, I'm going to say drums a lot, probably for a while. I just like this item. I feel like it's good. I feel like it's, just a solid item. However, the buildup is not that good. So, if you want to win your lane, I really do recommend you go more of a stats-based build, right? The Wraithband, wand, phase boots, then, consider the drums. But I like the drums. Pop it when you're omni-slashing, you can use it to farm, use it when you're team fighting, pushing towers, and so on. Then, after that, you're going to buy a Deso. Now, you guys might be asking, why phase boots and not treads? And why Deso and not Yasha or Diffusal? Well, what we're going for here is to build around Juggernaut's Aghanim's Shard. So how it works is the Aghanim's Shard on Jug is it upgrades your Blade Fury. It increases your movement speed during Blade Fury by 100 and attacks a random nearby enemy once per second. And so your attack speed doesn't matter. Just because you have really high attack speed for Manta doesn't make this Aghanim's Shard good. You want to have very high DPS, right? Just straight up damage. And therefore, I'm a huge fan of going something like drums, right? Just to build up to that shard, good timing before then you go for a Deso. And while Deso gives you no HP, because you have a wand and drums and these type of items, you'll have a good amount of stats, a good amount of movement speed, and you'll be able to chase people down with this Deso Blade Fury Shard combo. After that, you do have a lot of options with your item build. You can go super DPS if you think you can't die. What I mean by that is you can go for, a Daedalus, right? If you're really feeling yourself, you could. It's an option. Or I think what is probably more reliable is either a Manta, right? Just for the typical reasons for Jug, split pushing, dispels, movement speed, overall omni-slash damage, or you can go a Skadi. Same reason, gives you good HP. Sure, it got nerfed, but it's still a great item. It gives you HP, mana, stats, and most importantly, really good thing about it is you can slow people when you're spinning, right? So late game, people can often run out of your spin. Even though it does give you 100 extra movement speed, they can kite around it. So the Skadi, for anyone who doesn't know, you can still apply effects with your spin. You can cleave with Battle Fury when you're spinning, when you auto attack. You can proc Maelstrom, proc MKB, you can bash people, and you can slow a Skadi. And so it's really going to help you stay on top of people. And I hope that makes sense. Alright, let's get into the second build, and that is Lycan. I know there's a lot of people harping on Lycan. I personally have had the opportunity to play it myself. And yes, it does feel very strong. I'm a big fan of this hero this patch. And believe it or not, I am going to tell you to buy drums. It's good, alright? I just like the item. 8 charges and you can buy them back. It's good. Okay, but nonetheless, why do I like Lycan? This hero was just straight up buffed. It was just buffed and buffed and buffed and buffed. Okay? Just was. So, let's talk about these buffs. Howl cooldown was reduced. Nice, now you can use it to farm. The value point in Howl, which you should take at level 10, is good. Yes, level 10, you might be saying, oh, but what about the talent? His talents at 10 are very mediocre. Sure, you can get Feral HP regen, which, yeah, I mean, it's okay, it's the new talent. I mean, it's okay, but it's not like, you know, crazy good. So, I recommend taking Howl at 10. You know, it's only 35 mana now at 10, and it's an 18-second cooldown, so you can actually use it to farm quite consistently. Very nice. Then, the most important change to Lycan was Feral Impulse no longer has a radius. This one might not sound that good. If you're not a Lycan player, you won't care. You'll be like, okay, who cares? No, this matters a ton. If you are a Lycan player, you understand how little damage your units did if you weren't right next to them. It was quite underwhelming. And therefore, this gives you the opportunity to split push. It's kind of like Lone Druid Ags, where you can actually split up the map very effectively without threatening yourself at all. And frankly, I don't think there's many other heroes that can do this. Maybe Beastmaster, but even then, Beastmaster needs his inner beast for his units to be good. Nature's Prophet, not really. The treants are quite mediocre. So Lycan is probably well, actually, I'm going to say it, the best split pushing hero in the game right now for this change. This change makes him the best split pushing hero in the game. It also makes him extremely good at farming. You can split up your units and they can actually farm. On top of that, I feel like Necrobook is in a good place now. It's been buffed. It's 10 cooldown less. So I feel like this keeps happening to Lycan. I don't know why, but it does. The last time Lycan was broken, everything went in his favor. Necrobook got buffed and Helmdom got buffed. Now, Helmdom did get Helmdom 2. I'm not a huge fan of Helmdom 2. I don't really recommend the item even on Lycan. I'm just not that big of a fan. But Necrobook, the cooldown is 10 seconds less. That's huge for Lycan. Of course it's huge for Lycan. And yeah, so all in all, this hero's in a great place. And his shard is incredible. This hero's shard is so strong. The hero, what's funny is the shard was the old Ags, right? It was the old Ags. I think the old Ags might have been, was it multiple wolves? Oh, I'm actually forgetting now. I'm not 100% sure, but what this shard does is it causes one of your creep waves, right? One of the 3 creep waves every 30 seconds, right? When the creep waves spawn, it causes them to spawn a wolf. Why is this good? Well, it gets you farm, and it shoves waves constantly. On top of that, it gets Feral Impulse, right? It's so good. For 1400 gold, the ability to shove waves with no threat to yourself is really strong. So I recommend you try out this build. I think Lycan's going to be quite good. Next up on the list, my favorite hero, Pudge. No, I'm kidding. Nature's Prophet. So this new shard is just so fun. It's so fun. It really is so fun. By the way, guys, I'm probably going to make a tier list on the shards soon. I might do it for like every hero. I don't know. I'll go from like 1 to, what is it? How many heroes are in Dota now? Like 118, 120? I actually don't know. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do an entire list. How crazy is that gonna be? That's gonna be mad hype. That's gonna be fun. But alright, getting into Nature's Prophet mid, once again, can't rush the shard. I wish you could, honestly. If you could, most heroes, I wouldn't buy the shard early. Like, I really wouldn't. On Lycan, I think I would. On Jug, probably not. I wouldn't buy it early on Jug. You still need your DPS items to make it effective. But on Lycan and Prophet, I would. Unfortunately, you can't. Nonetheless, what you want to do is you want to pick Prophet. I do recommend going mid, actually. I think having so many levels on this hero with this build is optimal. Why do I say that? Well, on Prophet, usually the first 2 spells you want to max are Treants and or Teleport. You usually leave Sprout for last because it's counterable. You buy a Quelling Blade. Any good players will just buy a Quelling Blade and chop out. However, now with the new shard, if they chop something with a Quelling Blade, it spawns a Treant, a greater Treant, the big ones that spawn if you get an Axe kill, right? It's quite good. In fact, it's so strong against any hero that doesn't have Phase Boots. So yes, if you're playing against Prophet, I know this makes me sad to say, I feel like I shouldn't say this, but it is good for me to teach you guys things and not hold information. But if you're playing against a Prophet, and he buys an Orchid, and you can tell he's gonna buy a shard, you need Phase Boots. You might even just want to buy Phase Boots against him in general. Otherwise, you can't get out of Sprout, and the ability becomes broken. It legitimately becomes a 6-second stun, because when you Quelling Blade out the tree, it spawns a Treant. Another thing you can do if you don't have Phase Boots, it's really cheesy, but I guess it's an option, is you can buy 6 Tangos and just like munch all of the Sprout. But frankly, that's a lot of gold, it's a big investment, and yeah, it's It's, as you can see, the solutions are inconvenient. Does the support really want to buy phase boots to get out of a profit sprout? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. I don't think they want to do that. And so this shard for 1400 gold, it also just makes you spawn greater treants. I don't know if it's a bug, but when I was playing it, I tried this build. When I was playing it, if I sprout spawn treants, it just would create bigger treants, like some greater treants, no matter what, which is also really good for split pushing. So I don't know. This one is definitely up there. Oh, in terms of items, I almost forgot the items. Here's what you need to go. I recommend you go Wand, Null, right? Blightstone, very simple items. For your starting items, you want to go Blightstone, just a ton of branches, a Fairy Fire, right? Just to buy a ton of stats. Make sure you're crushing the lane. Unfortunately, they did nerf the treants a bit in lane, but it's not the end of the world. Then after that, right, you want to go Treads into a Midas. The reason why you want to buy Midas is, as I said, you need levels, right? You want to max out Teleport, treants, then Sprout. And so I really recommend you go the Midas just to make sure that you can, by the time you get to the 20-minute mark, you have Sprout, you have Teleport, and you have treants all maxed out. It's quite convenient if you can get to that point. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then after that, yeah, at the 20-minute mark, buy a shard. In terms of other items, yeah, I mean, I personally went Mask of Madness in my game. That's another option as well. Instead of going Midas, go Mask of Madness. That actually feels very powerful as well. I mean, the amount of solo kill potential you have is insane. Next up on the list is Meepo Shard. No, I'm kidding, that's so bad. Then we have the Game Leaf. No, I'm kidding, I mean, that's actually not bad. That's broken. But then we have Io Spirits build. So Io Spirits were buffed. Basically, what they said to Io is, okay, Io, you're probably a little bit too strong, a little bit. So we're gonna nerf you a little bit. We're gonna nerf the overcharge, put down the numbers a bit, and we're gonna make it where you're more of a spellcaster. They don't want Io to be a right-click, based hero. They want this hero to be a core, but they want it to be a spellcaster. Well, it actually is still a good support. Yeah, don't doubt that. This hero is still an incredible support. But here's what happened to Io. The hero got more base damage, its tether slow was increased significantly, which is actually quite a big deal. The tether movement speed bonus is better at level 1, but worse at max, and the heal transfer was nerfed. So Io is worse at healing, right? Its overcharge is worse. However, the overcharge grants spell amp. You see what we're going for here? The spirits were buffed, the damage was increased by 10 at all levels, the spirit collision damage was increased, right? What it means by collision is farming creeps, so you farm creeps even faster, and you get spell amp. So basically what you can see here is they want you to take spirits, and it is very, very, very strong. I tried it in my pubs, 3 games in a row, I lost every single game, but I swear to God, my team was griefing, alright? Nah, actually, those games are, I have nothing to say, But it felt, honestly, even though, like, the games were just a mess, like, every game, okay, it felt strong. It did. You farm incredibly fast, and here's the build, okay? So you want to buy a Bracer Tango for your starting items. After that, you want to buy Stick if it's a good stick lane, Bottle, then into Helm Dom, gives you a lot of sustain. You might need some Clarities, some Mangoes here and there, and after that, you could pick up an Urn or an Axe. If you're having a really good game, you can rush the Axe. If you're not, and it's kind of somewhere in between, I'm a big fan of buying the Urn. It's great for healing people and finishing off kills for Io. So yeah, that's the build you go. It's kind of the old Io build. It's nothing too revolutionary. It's just the Helm Dom Axe build on Io. I think it's very potent. And then finally, last but not least, we have Topson, which is Puck with Ethereal Blade. Ethereal Blade, funny enough, is like Topson's go-to item now, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The reason why I say that is it's been buffed. Right? E-Blade is now 200 gold cheaper because of how Eagle Song was reworked to be 200 gold cheaper. And so yeah, Puck got a lot of buffs as well, making this hero even better, just more mobile. Its agility gain was increased, its turn rate was improved, illusory orb damage is better, Waning Rift max damage, max distance is better so you can cast it further. The Dream Coil Separate Link was rescaled, but who cares about that? I'm not even going to talk about that. Its level 10 talent, the damage was buffed. The only thing was its level 25 talent was reduced, but like, who cares about that? It really doesn't matter. So essentially, this hero just got buffed, and then E-Blade got buffed. So yeah, this hero's E-Blade combo is very, very powerful. I'm a huge fan. So what do you buy? You buy 2 Nulls, then a Wand, or if it's not a good Wand game, you can go 3 Nulls into Boots. You probably want a Bottle as well, so pick up a Bottle somewhere in there. A Bottle, then Urn. You actually can skip out on the Bottle if you know you're going to get a lot of kills, because the Urn and the Nulls will kind of suffice for the HP and mana regen, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, but you go Treads, Urn, then into E-Blade. No blink, it's not needed. You just run around and right-click people, you coil to set up for kills, your orb does even more damage now. It really is unbelievably strong. I think Puck is going to come back into the meta. I really do believe that with this build. It just seems so powerful to me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video and you want more meta top 5 videos or anything, leave it in the comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys want. This video was largely requested as well, so you know I had to bring it to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And we've been waiting a lifetime for this patch. Speaking of lifetime, GameLeap is currently doing a $50 off sale on their lifetime sub. So if you're looking for thousands of videos and new daily content every day, you can get a lifetime sub for $50 off right now. This is a special we're doing for the new patch to celebrate. So click the link down below, sign up now, you won't regret it. It's quite a large discount. So I really recommend that you guys take advantage of it, and I'll see you there.